Hey everyone, welcome back to hour number 2 for Die Party Blood Jews, week number 13. Woo! Yeah.
Woo!
We hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Got another 2 more hours after this one. Sorry, another 3 more hours to go if we include this one. So we got a lot more
Yes,
to come.
top of this
But,
hour.
but, Graham, where are we at? What are we doing? Let's do this.
Well, Engelart fishing. There he is.
Yep, so
Serene. Just enjoying himself. No stress. No giant scorpions.
Little
Just
bits
a
of giant
random
scorpion still falling from the
A
sky.
small piece of giant scorpion.
I picked it up and
no,
just-
no goblins, no zombies.
God, I could just imagine it, right?
fish.
You're fishing, and you've got like a basket, and it's filled with fish. And
Yep.
then you're like, oh
And
man,
there's also-
I'm gonna enjoy eating this meat. And then a big chunk of charred scorpion just lands right in the basket and
Well,
knocks
first
all
there's
the
a
fish out
oof
into
from
the
the
ocean.
distance.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
he's like, okay.
Yeah, that was that first failed roll. Is that you had all those fish, and then the scorpion came out and knocked it back into the river.
Oh, well, at least I have a piece. No, this is random. I guess I should keep it.
Okay, good. Okay, you continue to fish. There's a turtle. Hello, Mr. Turtle. And then, okay, let's cut. I don't have anything else for that.
Oh,
I thought
turtle.
you were going to
He has a huge.
Yeah,
No, we aren't going down this road.
Why
All
don't
right.
you come on an adventure with me, David?
no. No, that was no. Just a normal turtle. The turtle's also enjoying himself.
Shh, clunk.
Gets hit in the head with the scorpion.
Another piece. No. Okay, Walzer. There you are.
Hello.
You got your. What do you do now? Do you go to the door guard? Oh, you went to A, right?
I went to A. I just want to make sure that, you know, the bottom layers, because in my eyes, the bottom layers is like where they take most of the stuff. So I just want to verify that there's nothing in A.
All right, going in A. There you go. There's the pit. The pit's been sprung somehow.
Oh yeah, I fell into it.
Okay. What do you do? You can walk around.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk around.
When you walk around, you see something struggling in the debris.
Of the pit.
Yeah.
I look down.
Looks like a goblin.
Okay.
Walzer, help me out.
I like look around. I'm like, what?
That was the goblin.
What? I can't. I look down. It's like,
It's me.
who?
It's me. Bymond. I'm in disguise.
Well,
I
fuck.
need help. I'm very small. I'm a
Alright,
half-
I put down like I hold the top of my Lucerne hammer and I pull it down to him,
Okay.
and then I use my muscle
grabs on.
strength and I pull him out in one swift motion because I'm muscle
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yep.
Muscle as fuck.
Okay, you pull him out.
Yep, pull him
Hey.
out.
Now I'm a goblin again. Rah!
It's like it's a very clever disguise you have there.
What are you doing here? You're gonna blow my cover.
Well, I'm looking for the gold.
I'll look here. You go somewhere else. It's gonna be much more complicated if they see me speaking in common.
Do you see this medallion I've got around my neck right now?
Yeah, looks good.
Thanks. This basically means that I have free reign of this place wherever I need to go. And that also means that the the other races here in the Caves of Chaos, they actually have to follow what I say.
That's a good plan.
So, if you wanted to accompany me,
Well, I guess we could do that. Do I need to be a goblin? No, instead he says, "Can I be a goblin?"
what race is Baimon normally?
Halfling.
Okay. It would actually be more beneficial if you could be a Drogar.
Sigh. He trudges away.
Okay. You already
Like the
just
sad Charlie Brown music playing in the background.
He just walks
He's
away.
gotta go put together a Dwargar disguise now.
All right. I ask him how long it's going to take for him to do that.
I don't know. I'll find you.
Okay. I point up to like, do you see that rock face over there?
Yeah.
I point up to I. Oh, no,
Yeah.
sorry, H. H.
Yeah. Sure.
And I'm like, that's where the Dwargar live in these caves. There is an entrance there that only Dwargar magic allows people to pass through.
Wouldn't they expect me to be able to get through?
Well, I'm hoping that you will be able to spin a decent lie as to why you can't navigate it. I don't know.
Oh, I had the rain on. Oops. There's no rain.
Yeah, I turned off the music.
Says, yeah, I could probably come up with something.
All right. I'll. How long do you think it'll take?
I'll meet you. Where will you be in 1 hour?
Well, hopefully I'll be inside the Dwargar cave.
That's fine. I'll meet you at the entrance in an hour.
All right. Okay. I guess that works.
Okay. Good. He leaves.
All right. I'm gonna take a quick search around A. Now that I know that.
Okay. Do you want to go through at like in the 2 direction or the 1 direction?
I'm gonna go to the 2 direction first.
Okay. Well, firstly, essentially what you see there is not really anything of. I'm scrolling to it. I'll just say that aloud. Saying some random words that don't really mean anything, so that
Fair
I
enough.
can scroll to the right thing.
Yeah.
You see essentially a pile of garbage,
Lovely.
and there's a bunch of you hear rats being around in there.
Okay. Rats. Great. Nothing like containers, boxes, anything?
Could be under the garbage.
How old does the garbage look?
Smells old.
Then I ignore it.
Smells like garbage. Does that help?
Yes, it does. It's garbage.
Okay.
In that case,
the other way then.
I'm gonna go the other way, yeah.
All right. Good. 1 doesn't actually have anything in it of note.
All right.
It's a little alcove. There's a stool in it, just a wooden stool. Nobody there.
Maybe it's like a guard post or something, I think to myself, and
Sure, why not? It's
very
dark. It's very dark in here.
I have a torch.
Okay.
I would have.
You have a torch. You have a torch or lucerne, not both.
Ah, that makes sense. Well, I guess I
Well,
keep the lucerne.
You
'cause
can
I
keep your
forget.
torch in your broken arm, I guess.
Okay, sure.
Let's say that's true. You just got to keep it kind of held away, and it hurts and it's difficult.
Walls are used to pain by now.
So you don't set yourself on fire.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
where do you hit the intersection?
I'm just gonna go straight because I'm gonna try and sort of knock things out before I start turning corners and stuff.
Okay, straight through. There's a burlap flap over the entrance to 6.
I look in, just peek in.
You see 13. No, excuse me. Never mind. You see 30 goblins.
All right. If they look up to me,
of various sizes and shapes and ages and weapons and clothing.
okay. If they look at me, I hold up the medallion.
Yep.
And then I'll read off the lines from
Okay.
the
Well,
parchment.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
The same scene transpires as the one earlier,
Yeah.
almost beat by beat.
Okay.
The hobgoblin leader of this cave comes out as well,
Okay.
and you see that he is a hobgoblin,
Sure.
and let's see. He has a wolfskin cloak, sickly yellow-green skin, battle axe, chainmail.
Oh, this is the same guy from before?
Now this is the other guy.
Okay. No,
This is
the yellow one from when I was.
Oh yes,
A bandit.
yes it is.
Do I recognize him as the same guy?
I want you to make an intuition check. He certainly
Alright.
does not recognize you.
Oh, he doesn't recognize me. Okay. Well, I actually look a lot better than I did when he saw me before, so that would probably be what it is. Like, I've got clean clothing on and all that sort of stuff, so... Intuition. 7. Okay. D20 plus 7. There we go. Crit that shit. Ah!
Definitely looks the same. You can put a star by that.
Intuition is...
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I wish that worked that way, because that'd
Yeah,
be fucking
well,
sweet, but...
That's too bad.
Yeah. Okay, so I will, then... if I recognize him,
Yeah,
I will try to include him in the group of people, I guess.
Okay, you say what it says on the paper, and he yells, gets extremely angry, and he pulls out his battle axe and he charges you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I throw the torch at him.
Okay. All of the little goblin defenders defend you against him.
Well, that's cool, yeah.
Okay, and he sees this and backs off and looks sad.
So I have a feeling that they're getting recruited to be skeletons, but they don't know it.
No comment. Okay, what do you do next? He basically has to retreat and goes back to his cave, and basically basically all of them come with you.
Okay.
Say 28. Let's say 28. 2 stay behind. 2 loyalists.
Okay. At this point, I turn around and I sort of... Do I have anything yellow on me?
A handkerchief that you hand sewed. No, I don't know. What do you want to have?
It's just... Okay, so is there anything yellow at all? Like
Let's
maybe...
say your sling is yellow.
Okay. Actually, do I have any gold on me? That's a good point.
I doubt it.
Let me just check. Because I got all my stuff back, so... No, I don't carry any money on me. It's
No, I
all on
don't
pike.
think so. Yep.
Okay. Well, I make like I find the goblin that has the most like sort of seniority to them. I guess like the one that maybe has the best looking gear.
Okay, so blind guess, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And then I sort of like point at the color.
Yep.
And then I like sort of try and make like a shape of an ingot in my hands.
Okay.
And then I rub my fingers together like to make this shape of money, you know.
He looks confused.
And okay, so if he doesn't like react to that, what about if I? God, I hope I for this sake I just want to be able to have like a piece of like 2 coppers or whatever in my hand. But I don't have any. But yeah, all right. So if that doesn't work, then I just take him back up to K, I guess.
All right, there you go. Yep, there's basically a big congregation of goblins in the main throne room in
Yeah.
K.
Yep.
There they are. They're all just kind of standing there.
Okay.
A bunch of goblins show up and they get mad at the other goblins.
They get mad at the other goblins?
Yeah, they see that they're from the other tribe.
Oh.
They can tell. They can tell the difference. And they get mad. And they get mad at you. They start yelling at you in Goblin. The previous goblins say nothing and do nothing.
And I'm just I make like I want to like try and convince the first goblins that these guys that there's to work with these guys together.
You don't have to. Instead, Faramane, the spindly old wizard man,
Yeah.
comes out. Andrew's there. Comes out and he says, "Cover your ears, son."
I cover one ear.
You do your best
Yeah.
to cover both your ears.
Put like your shoulder up to the other
Yeah.
ear.
Exactly. Something like that. You see, reading his lips, that he says something, and then the goblins essentially all fall asleep.
And I'm like, okay. I
Andrew
go
says-
back to my dumb Walzer act.
Yep. Andrew says, "Good work. I think we're good on. Guards now.
Okay. And then I just trudge off.
Okay. Maybe you get a look at one of the goblins that was there before.
Yeah.
Has basically a gash from ear to ear over his throat, and it's standing there with like a dead look in its eye.
That's fine. I pretty much already guessed what they're doing, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right, you trudge off.
I trudge off. Yep.
Where do you go after that?
H.
Roland and Ansel.
Hello. Boom. Arrow.
Funny every time.
Yeah.
All right, what happens next?
What does happen next?
He's walking.
Yeah, we got our.
Yeah.
We got,
Scorpion plates.
Yep. We're still headed towards the keep, right?
What are you guys talking about?
So Ansel will say to Roland, so you were talking about these landmines and about how they are pressure sensitive.
yeah.
We tried, tying one of your explosives to my bow. We found that, my distance with the bow shot not quite as far. However,
Let's go back to the drawing board.
Well, one thing I worry about is
Yeah.
with that type of explosive, you would have to light it with fire, and then it shoots. Now, you were talking about a pressure-sensitive trigger type thing. So would it be possible to attach that to the explosive to my arrow?
More weight! See, the weight's already the
more
problem.
You
You gotta have a whole a triggering mechanism that's metal and sprogs and gears and spindles and you're just maybe on like a big mounted crossbowy thing. Yeah, how about that? That'd be a lot of fun. Let's tie explosive to that.
I was just thinking about, when an arrow hits its target, it explodes on contact.
Well, yeah, but that's weight and maybe if I get my hands on some magic metal that doesn't weigh anything. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, we could do whatever we want then. Yeah, couldn't we? Blow everything up.
God, I wish Walzer was there so I could have input on this conversation. I really do.
Speaking of blowing everything up, didn't that scorpion go up well, huh? Yeah.
That was quite nice.
Something to write home about.
If I could write, I would write home about it.
You can't write?
No, I can't read either.
That's a problem.
Is it?
Well, yeah. What if there's a big sign that says, this field is filled with landmines, for example?
Well, I could ask you what the sign says.
Well, I wouldn't be there because I put the landmines there. I wouldn't be on the other side of the field. You would be. Because you're off doing your forest man things.
I'll just stick with you then.
No, you know what? That puts up a good point. A lot of people are illiterate these days. I better come up with a symbol that means explosive for people who can't read. So
Like
I
a
can
picture?
put it... Yeah! And then I could put it around the field of explosives. And when Walzer comes back from being a spy and he tries to scale the wall because he's an idiot, he won't blow himself up because he'll see the sign that has like a skull, right? And the skull is being blown apart. Everyone will know what that means. They won't go through that field.
But wouldn't that deter our enemies from going through that field?
Well, the enemies have to go through the field to attack the wall.
Oh, right. Of course. How
So
can I
if they're
be so
deterred,
stupid?
they go home. It works both ways.
This plan keeps getting better and better. And Willie says, I think this guy is an idiot.
I said such nice things about you, Willie. How dare you? I killed that scorpion who was gonna kill you. I'm not friends with you anymore, Willie.
Willie doesn't respond.
Oh
Oh,
man,
harsh.
within the party. Okay, you guys walk the rest of the day. Remember, it takes a day and a half to get back to the keep from there.
Mm-hmm.
Forest Man can take the first watch.
Forest.
Well,
man.
we've
At
still got
night.
some things at the caves first to do.
Ah.
Walzer, there you are. Hours passed.
Yep.
You're there at H.
Yep.
Boimon comes back at some point.
Mm-hmm. How convincing is he? Pretty
Fairly.
convincing, yeah.
Pretty convincing. He found some. He burned some wood, and used the soot to turn his skin black. But he looks like he's very scrawny, so he had to get some leaves and stuff and puff up his shirt to make himself look a little bit bigger. But he's very scrawny, and Dwargar are very stout.
Okay.
So it's convincing enough, as long as anybody doesn't look too closely.
Okay, sure. Well, I just look at him and I'm like, okay, fair enough. And then I knock on the door.
Okay. It opens.
Like the little peephole or the whole door?
The whole door.
Okay.
There's a Dwargar standing there, and he says, "You again?"
Yeah, me again. Listen, I just need to familiarize myself with all the caverns in here.
Who's this? He doesn't look familiar.
I don't know, you tell me. He's a Dwargar. I found him wandering around.
Paimon says, "Yeah, just coming back, just returning. Saw this guy here, having a chat. Pretty cool. He kind of falls back on his heels.
Yeah.
Says, all right, sounds good to me," and they let you in.
Okay. Instantly familiar with this hallway, at least.
Yep. Now, if you recall, I described the prison as being directly to the right of the entrance, although on the map it's not. So we'll just go with the map now.
Okay. So just so everyone knows, we're over here, chat-wise. Okay. Well, I guess if I know where the dungeon is there anything else down the right way, or is it literally just going to the dungeon?
Well, the dungeon is on this map.
Is it 38?
I'll tell you.
Okay. Or is it 35? It's one of those two. Is it my right or like
40 and 41.
Okay, all right. What's okay? I'm gonna go up the slope then.
Okay. You go up the slope. There's a proper door there, made of wood and metal.
Can I open it?
Sure.
I open it.
Okay. You see, essentially 16 bunk beds
Okay.
in rows. There's a bunch of Dwargars in various states of dressing and relaxing and whatnot, reading, perhaps one of them.
What is?
There's an arm wrestle happening.
Okay. Is there any what's the book that the Dwargar's reading?
Well, you can't tell. It's written in some language you don't know.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. I about face and leave.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Fine.
So now I'm gonna go check out 35.
$35. This is a 30-foot square room with several stools in it and a table between them. A card game is going on.
Interesting. So are all these Dwargar armed?
Yep, all of them.
Was there enough bunks in 38 to have a bunk per Dwargar, or do they just take shifts?
Well, 16 bunk beds. That's what, 32 beds.
Yeah.
You haven't seen that many Dwargar yet, ever.
Okay. All right.
There's probably one per.
One per. All right.
But take a weaponsmithing check.
Okay, that for me is 13. 29.
Yes, you can tell these weapons are every weapon you've seen is of extraordinary quality.
Extraordinary quality. Okay.
Yes.
Are they made out of metal that I recognize?
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, it's fine steel. It's just extraordinarily well crafted steel.
Okay. If there's a Dwargar like following me or whatever, aside from
Oh, it's just Bimons.
Bimons.
Yeah, Bimons there.
Okay, so I don't like have an escort or anything like that.
Yeah, Bimons your escort. That's the way you.
Okay.
That was good enough for the guy at the door.
All right, fair enough.
There's
yeah.
4 kegs on one wall.
Okay, interesting. All right, I'm gonna go up the stairs and go to 37.
This map you're showing on the screen. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's just like I'm using the picture, so I have to put it over the top. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I'm gonna go up to 37.
Up the stairs, and
Yeah.
one of the Dwargar will stop you and says, "Well, he sees you've got an escort and lets you go."
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad I did this because this works well.
Yeah, 2 doors on either side.
I'm gonna go to 37.
37 is stoutly locked with a very obvious padlock that's bigger than your fist.
Okay. Is it unlocked or locked?
You try to open it. It's very well locked.
Very well locked. Okay.
Extremely sturdy.
I look at Baimont and I'm like, how good are you with these things?
He looks back down the hallway and down the stairs. Doesn't see anybody. He says, "I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Keep an eye out."
I will. I put my back against the corner and sort of make sure that I can just peer down without appearing like I'm looking down it.
He says, "No good. I can't. She won't budge."
Okay. How convincing do you think you can be in order to get someone to open this gate for us?
What depends. What should I say?
Say that, because I want to take a...
My mojo is gone.
Can I, is there a way that I can sort of, like, maybe investigate sort of what potentially could be behind? Because I'm thinking this is, like, where they store their weapons and stuff, right? So what I want to know is, like, the weapon that Bimont's got, does it look like it's a part of what the sort of weapons that the Dwargar would have normally?
Well, the weapon that Baimon had, he didn't actually have a weapon. All he uses are daggers, and he didn't have one with him.
Okay, I turn back to him and I'm like, I'm thinking that maybe you can spin up a lie about how you lost your equipment out in the field and that you need to replace it. And I have a feeling that it could be behind this door, that the equipment is at least anyway.
Okay, let's.
But before we do that, we should check out the other hallway to make sure the armory isn't over there first.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so we go over to 36.
36, very well locked, similar to the other door.
Okay, well, I turn to Baimon. I'm like, time to work your magic, Baimon.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
All right.
You stand there and whistle.
Well, yeah.
I can't get this one either.
Okay.
Those dwarves are too crafty.
Okay. How about talking to the dwarf that's standing guard and see if you can get him to unlock it for us using that
I'll see what I can do.
Came up with. All right.
He goes back to the entrance and he says, "Excuse me, my good man. What was it? Phil?" And he says, "I don't know you very well. What is your name first?" And he says, "Yep, the name's Oven. Yeah, that's Oven. That's a dwarf's name." And he says, "Oh yeah, I think I've seen you before."
Okay.
No. And Paimon says, "Yeah, I was out in the field, out in the forest, scouting for intruders, and I was to be set upon by a really large orc, and he took my weapon from me. It's very embarrassing." And the guard says, well, you know, we have some pretty good weapons around here. You're gonna have to get Havron's permission, though. You know the rules. Says Havron, right? Where would he be? And he says, in his chambers with the missus. Right. Exactly. Down this way up the stairs. He says, yep, that's the one on the left. Right, on the left. Got it. Okay, good. And he comes back to you and he says, seems like the only person who's got a key is their leader.
Makes perfect sense to me. All right, lead the way, Ovand.
Okay, and he goes to 36, where he was trying to pick before.
Yeah.
He said he was with his missus. I don't know if I want to walk in on that.
Just knock then.
Okay. And he knocks. Some time passes. And a very well-dressed Dwargar with a black cape and gold pauldrons opens the door, and he's got his weapon that is a military pick.
Interesting.
And he says, what do you want? He says, I was just trying to get another weapon. I seem to have misplaced mine. Is long story. And he says, that's fine. Here. And he gives him the key.
Okay.
Good. He slams the door. And then you hear shouting from inside the room between him and the missus.
He's like, fantastic work. All right, let's see what's behind this door.
Okay. And you go. And, open the door. There it is.
So this is 37, right?
The room is stacked with boxes and crates, barrels and bags of materials. Atop a pile of what looks like grain sacks is a shield flipped over, and inside is a pile of rice.
Okay.
There are 2 small kegs of ale, a small barrel of wine, the grain, a crate of jerky wrapped in packets of waxed paper. The shield is a large shield made of metal that bears the keep's crest on it.
Interesting. This is exactly what we needed.
There's a small keg of oil containing a gallon, 3 sacks containing 70 pounds of rice, 40 pounds of flour, 13 potatoes, 2 jars of honey, 8 pounds of grain, barrel of pickled fish, 29 pounds of raw sugar, 3 pounds of pistachios. I don't know why pistachios, but that's what I wrote. 9 pounds of chestnuts, 13 pounds of walnuts, 10 pounds of raisins, 3 pounds of salt, food, etc. Knife, 2 grappling hooks, a net, a horseman's flail, a number of swords, stone arrows, razor blades, 2-handed battle axe, sling, small shield, dwarven-sized ringmail gorget, bunch of dwarven pieces of armor, some more weapons, etc.
Okay. It's like
Pound of
I'm interested.
pipeweed.
I'm interested in this crate.
Yep.
Is there a way?
Well,
that
the crates contain those things. They're open.
Okay. All right.
I wasn't hiding anything from you.
All right. So there's nothing else. I'm interested in this shield with the keep's crest on it.
Yep.
Is it something that I noticed the guards using?
No, this appears almost ceremonial. It's extraordinarily heavy, made almost entirely of iron. Seems almost like a decoration piece.
Okay, so maybe like what something from the Inner Bailey would use as like ceremonial protection for like a lord or something?
Maybe like something over a fireplace or something.
Right. So it's a mantelpiece then. Okay. Anything in here that could be a container for gold, or is there any sort of like space set aside that the gold isn't there anymore, particularly in it, or something like that?
Definitely not.
Got excited for a second there. I look at Bymon and I'm like, well, pick a weapon, I suppose. We just sell the story.
Yeah, okay, he picks up a short sword. All right, he kind of hefts it in his hands. Oh, this feels good.
Is there anything in here that's particularly stands out to me as a weaponsmith?
Well, yeah, the 2-handed battle axe is of extraordinary quality, just like all the other weapons, as well as the swords, the arrows, the knives.
Okay.
The armor as well.
What's that? You said it was dwarven size, right? Though.
Dwarven size, dwarven made.
Okay. Interesting. Is there any raw materials for like creating weapons in here at all?
No, there's no ore or ingots or anything.
Okay.
Food and weapons, and there's some pipe weed. There's a couple of pipes, fish hooks, some more miscellaneous items.
Do I have my backpack with me?
Sure.
Am I able to grab a grappling hook?
Yeah.
I will do that.
Good. There it is.
Okay.
What next?
Well, I guess there is no gold in here.
It would not appear that way.
Judging from what Andrew told me, I know there's a secret entrance here somewhere to the Minotaur Cave, right?
Right, but you know it's he pointed it to you on the map. It's behind 36. It's behind the leader's room.
All right. I turn to Baimon and I'm like, Baimon, how easily do you think you can get us to gain entry into his personal room?
It would be a lot easier if they were asleep, or not in there.
Ooh, okay.
You could cause a diversion and force him to leave.
I don't really want to do that. Ideally, what about like trying to get an audience with him? Maybe you can do it as like why you're escorting me in or something.
Yeah, that's interesting. He just saw us though, and he didn't seem too happy.
Well, maybe you can say that I'm here instead of Andrew and Pheromane.
Yeah, that might work. That's good.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Well, I look at him and I was like, well, what did you expect? These are the people that are most likely to have what we need.
It's good, yeah.
So we need to make sure that everything is taken care of. Because the only other place that I can think of where the gold might be is protected by something that I physically won't be able to deal with right now. And there is a secret entrance into this place behind his room that we need to get access to.
We can do that. Okay, so let's you guys go back.
Okay.
To return.
Yeah.
Knock on the door.
Yep.
Very loud. What? As he opens the door very loudly. You see that the female Dwargar, queen, empress, whatever you want to call her,
yes, has
what appears to be a very well-made, very complicated-looking crossbow that she's got in her hand.
I look down at Baimon and I'm like, I look up and I'm like, do you happen to remember who I am?
Who are you talking to?
The Lord.
He says, no, why should I? All you humans look the same to me.
Very well. Do you happen to know what this medallion is then?
Says, oh yes, you're one of Andrew's.
I am one of Andrew's, yes.
What do you need?
Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to ask if you need anything.
Says, I'm fine.
Well,
I need some peace and quiet from you lot.
It seems you're a bit agitated, and I was wondering if there's anything that I could do to help.
And he says, leave me alone.
If that's all you want, then so be it.
You can carry her off if you want.
I look in. Is she? What does she have exactly? She has a crossbow. She's pointing it at him menacingly.
She has a crossbow, and then she shakes her fist at him.
It's like, perhaps I could.
One of these days, I've run, bam, right to the moon. She says.
Perhaps I could.
Okay.
Maybe take her off your plate for a few hours and give her something more entertaining to do. So
what? She says.
I was like, would you perhaps like a change of pace? Is she regal in any way? Does she look regal?
Yeah, definitely.
Then I say, milady, at the end of it.
Tip your fedora.
Right.
Yeah. I'm here to help ease any issues of the caves. And if I could help by making this relationship ease the tensions in this room, then I will do so.
Yeah, why don't you go with him? I'm sick of looking at you. She says, well, maybe I will. And she takes her, crossbow and she fires a bolt at the ground near him. And he jumps a little bit and she laughs and then she leaves.
Okay.
Not stopping to wait for you or anything, but just leaves.
Well, I guess I'll sort of nod curtly at the guy, of the Lord, and then I will tap Baimon on the shoulder and follow her out, I guess. Hoping that he will understand that I need him to look for this entrance somehow.
Okay. And he says, I brought this key back, he says, and you walk away, you don't hear the rest of the conversation.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Then I'll sort of catch up to her, and I was like, I don't think we've been introduced to each other. My name is Walzer.
And he says, or she says, Thura.
Thura. Valiant name.
Valiant woman.
I can see that. It was a good shot with a crossbow, or maybe a bad one? I can't really tell.
She's got a deeper voice than you do.
That's all right. Yeah.
He says, "Made it myself."
Huh.
You can see that. You can see that it's got almost like a cartridge load system.
Yeah. Do you mind if I inspect it a little more? Weapons happen to be one of my strongest suits.
She undoes the clip, so there's you can't fire it or anything.
Obviously, yeah. And
hand it to you.
Right, I want to do.
Where are we going?
Well, I was hoping to give you a little breathing room from your partner. I say inquisitively.
Husband, though some days I wish he wasn't.
Sometimes the best thing to heal these sorts of wounds happens to be space. So, anything I can do to make your day a little better, let me know. And
what are you, some kind of priest? You're talking like one.
No, just someone who's unsure of how to approach royalty of the dwarven kind. And then
it doesn't really work like that with us.
Well, do you mind if I drop the formalities then?
She says, "What formalities?" She laughs.
I want to do a weaponsmithing check on this crossbow, so I can have something intelligent to say about it.
Well, crossbows fall under engineering, not weaponsmithing.
Maybe at least
man
like
there who made one.
Yeah, maybe at least like a check on like at least the choice of materials and stuff.
Wood and steel.
Okay. Is it ornate in any way?
Yes.
Maybe
very well made, very very ornate gilding.
Okay. Well, then I mentioned that you know how I appreciate the ornate quality of the weapon and how it's both functional and what's a good word for that? You know what I'm trying to say, like functional and aesthetically pleasing.
That's fine. You can just say that.
Okay. And I hand it back to her, and I was like, "Perhaps you would like to go hunting."
Havron doesn't like me going too far away from the caves.
Well, you have an escort.
Says, "Yeah, well, I've never been one for hunting."
All right. What would you like to do instead? Perhaps you can give me a tour of the caves. I'm not very familiar with them.
Who exactly are you again?
My name is Walzer. I am a helper for Andrew. And
I don't know about this.
Oh?
I'm not too fond of Andrew these days, anyway.
Well, that's partly the reason why I'm here. You see, I'm here to help ease the any sort of issues that you the Dwargar might have with Andrew. You see, he's a busy man after all. I'm what's the word? It starts with an A. I'm looking for it.
What?
I'm here on behalf of Andrew.
She says, well, next time you see him, tell him that I'm sick of these vermin in my caves.
Yeah, I recently heard about that. That seems like it would cause some issues.
She says, I used to be the queen of all these caves. From here to the Gilvac stronghold.
I nod. Yeah. Emissary, that's it, yeah. Emissary. And well, what would you suggest would be the best course of action? I mean, and I do know.
Kill them all. Burn them all. I don't care. Just get them out.
How long have you had this?
6 months it's been, this setup.
Interesting. And it's been a problem ever since?
Definitely.
Perhaps there's something I can do in the meantime to ease this issue. I do realize that you are being paid a sum of money in order to make this transition easier. Perhaps we can increase that?
Yeah. I don't know if that'll work anymore, son.
Yeah.
Says Havran is becoming restless. I keep telling him to try and wait, but he just wants to kill them all. And I'm keen to let him, but I also know the importance of staying of the hand, I guess.
Might I inquire as to where this all these monetary purchases go? Your need for money might not necessarily be the best thing that we can offer, for example.
Says, what are you getting at?
Oh, I'm trying to find if there's anything that we can do that is going to appease you guys more than
space.
More space? Interesting.
I want that bull thing out of my exercise caves.
You mean the Minotaur?
Yeah, I just showed up one day.
Interesting. That's actually very useful information. Perhaps I will be able to arrange the removal of this Minotaur for you.
You know what I've always wanted to see? I've always wanted to see that ogre fight that Minotaur. That'd be pretty cool.
Interesting. Perhaps Bloodsport will also increase the morale of all the other people within the caves too.
I'd rather not have... Actually, you know what? Never mind. I don't want that. I don't need morale. I want as low a morale as possible, so they want to leave.
Well, what about if it's just for the Dwargar?
Interesting. Yeah. I'll run it by my husband.
And I will run it by Andrew. Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement to...
Paimon comes back.
Like, my Dwargar friend.
Was there a word, if you don't mind?
I turned to... What was her name again?
Athura.
I turned to Athura and I'm like, do you mind if I have a quick chat with my friend?
Whatever.
All right. I sort of leave her there a little bit and go talk to Paimon. Like, well?
Says, yeah, there was certainly something fishy about that room.
Interesting. What did you discover?
I imagine if there is wealth in those rooms, it's just a stone wall that the Dwargar used to face through it back and forth.
Do you suspect that there might be something that's where they would hide?
If anything valuable to the Dwargar, they're gonna have it hidden where only they can get to it.
Interesting. You've been very useful today. I appreciate your help.
You find that gold for Uncle Boswell.
Yes. We've only got a few days left. All right. I have a plan in mind, and I tell him basically the plan to remove the Minotaur by having him fight the ogre for Bloodsport.
Okay, as a distraction as well.
Yeah, and perhaps we can find a way to get access to this.
Well, he says if the Minotaur's gone, we can just walk through those caves.
Indeed. Are you able to stick around? Maybe even return to... Wait, who was at the camp that you... Do you have a camp?
Burr, Gimmock. Burr is there. The dwarves are there, as well as Murray and Ravis are still there. Engelard's with us.
All right. Perhaps you could tell Engelard this information.
All right, I'll tell him. I'll go right now.
All right. Thank you very much. Your help has been very great. And then I turn back to the lady.
Yep.
All right. Well, it seems like we have made some very interesting plans.
Oh, good. I really should be getting back to my husband.
Is there any way that you can let me know what he agrees upon to be the best action?
How should I let you know?
Do you have any way of communicating with Andrew?
He just comes to check in, although he stopped doing that lately too.
All right, I will come see you again, I suppose. Is there any phrase that you guys have that I can use to get past the guards?
No, I'll tell everyone that I'm expecting you.
Very well, that works too. Well, have a pleasant rest of your day, and then I go find Andrew, I suppose.
All right.
And I think that might be almost a
break time.
Break time, yeah.
Break time.
All right, guys. We take a break here at the top of every hour for about 3 to 5 minutes so that everyone can freshen up, go pee-pee, that sort of stuff. If you're enjoying the show so far, make sure you give the channel a follow. It really helps me out. We're trying to grow the audience around Die Party. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing right now. So, enjoy the music of the break. We'll be back in 3 to 5. Peace.